Hi everyone, Sarah Pacaro here with Rewrite Your Life, helping people heal with rapid transformational therapy and past trauma healing, specializing in helping people heal after having been in relationships with narcissists or toxic and unhealthy people. So I get a lot of questions from people who ask, like, what do I do? I miss this person. So I'm going to talk to you about that today. What do you do when you feel like you miss the narcissist or this toxic person? Maybe it's been a while. Maybe you haven't been together for a couple of years. Good. They're not people you want to be with in the first place, but you feel this feeling like you long for them, you miss them. So we're going to talk about that today because that is like an addiction. You get addicted to the narcissist, and this is in the beginning of the relationship, and it's done on purpose. This love bombing phase that you may have heard of is forged early on in the relationship, this connection, this intimacy where you feel like you miss this person. So in the beginning of the relationship with the love bombing, they are doing, sweeping you off your feet, romantic gestures, laser focused attention. I remember, it was kind of crazy. I used to get probably 20 messages in the morning just at the time that I woke up, before I got to work. Hey beautiful, what are you up to? What are you doing today? What are you doing after work? Let's get together. And he would take me on these very, very nice dates. Flew my family out to different places and locations. We went on trips all the time. This love bombing can be super intense in the beginning. This is set up on purpose so that later on, when the abuse starts to come in, you romanticize and you think back on those days in the beginning, oh my gosh, I really miss that. That's the person I fell in love with. That's the person that I want back. And this person that you have now is just this freaking asshole who treats you like crap on the bottom of your shoe. So in the beginning, they set this up, they create and they cement these memories in your brain that last a lifetime. And when you feel like you miss this person, you miss that phase, you miss the beginning, you miss the love bombing. Because them doing this creates this strong trauma bond. And that's when later on we get stuck in this trauma bond phase where the abuser and the victim are bonded through shared emotional experiences. That's why it feels so hard, because if you think about bonding, right? Even glue, super glue bonds one item or something else to another, and it's stuck, it's connected. And that's the way that this works. So like any human, we are so susceptible to this idealization, this phase of this toxic cycle that we get caught up in, because it represents this fulfillment of our basic needs, which goes all the way back to when you were just a child. We have basic needs. We need food, water, shelter, love, belonging. We need connection, and we so desperately crave this. And in the beginning, the love bombing phase gives us all those needs at a very intense level. So our abuser knows this. We continue to need those basic needs to be met, the love, the affection, the belonging, the connection that they give us, and then they take away from you, and they take away from you in order to control you later on. So they're training you to seek this validation from them, to seek this acceptance from them, this approval from them. Your mind gets trained, and that's why it's so hard to break that bond. It's if you think about if you super glue something, it's almost impossible to get off. It's so adhered. So it becomes like this drug that you get hooked on, this abuse, this love bombing, this hate bombing, and just wanting. Your mind is gosh, you gave me everything I wanted and needed, and at such an intense level. That's all I want again. And so even after the relationship, you think, oh my gosh, I just want them to be who they were in the beginning. That wasn't real though. This was a mask. It was manipulation, it was control, it was all part of this game, and it wasn't real. And so you miss that. That's why it hurts so bad. But when the relationship is over and you did the right thing by ending the relationship, but you're God, this hurts. it hurts. I miss them. I don't know if I did the right thing. If I did the right thing, why does it hurt so bad? And you're constantly wondering that. And then they will start to hoover and love bomb you again. Even stupid things. Like I just got an email from my ex about all the riots that are going on. And, hey, just FYI, I'm only 12 minutes away. If you need anything, I'm here. I'm sorry. You were such an asshole. I'd rather go be a part of those riots and take my chances than never have to take you back. But they will do this. They will make you feel like they're still there for you and they still care for you. And that triggers something inside of you because you have those basic needs that keep you alive of connection, acceptance, love. That connects to something inside of you when they're reaching out to you and saying, hey, and they'll use things like COVID or they'll use things like these riots that are going on to try to get to you, to connect to you. I'm here for you. And then boom, that little thing in your mind, those memories of the love bombing phase when you felt like they were there for you because they were doing all these things that made you show that they were there for you, that gets connected again. And then it's like this, did I do the right thing? So when the relationship is over, whether they've discarded you and moved on to another supply or you have ended it and you question, you wonder like, did I do the right thing? I don't know. You start crying. You have these nights where you just can't go to sleep. You have dreams about him. You wake up. Know that these tears that you're crying are not for the person that you thought they were. Your tears, this feeling of longing, of missing them, you're crying because of the person that they pretended to be. So it doesn't make that pain that you're experiencing any less real, but it's not true, if that makes sense. So you're crying for the person you've always wanted them to be, but they've never been able to be. So any kind of person that you're with, that you've spent significant amounts of time with, creating loving memories, connecting with them, when that's gone, of course it hurts. And our mind is hardwired to move us towards pleasure and away from pain. So when we start feeling this pain, when we start feeling like we're missing these people, it goes back to those times where those basic needs were not met, the basic needs for love, acceptance, belonging. And if you think about it logically, this starts in your early life, past experiences that you had where those needs were unmet. So ask yourself, what are these moments that I'm romanticizing? Which moments am I forgetting? Because our mind is hardwired to take us towards pleasure and away from pain, it easily forgets all those times that they were just so evil to you. And I bet that if you look closely and you ask yourself, what moments am I romanticizing? What moments do I want to go back to? There are moments that were in that love bombing phase. Which moments am I forgetting? Because our mind's taking us away from pain. Remember that. So you're forgetting all the times that. So, for example, a Facebook memory came up 5 years ago, and it was of my ex and I. We were on a trip together. And I thought, oh my gosh, if you actually look closely at that, I saw this picture. We're both smiling and we're both off having an adventure. Seemed like a good time. What led up to having that adventure, what I had to pay the price for during that adventure, and then afterwards were so horrible. These are, if you really look closely at it, the times that they called you names, they disrespected you, they shamed you, all these things, they belittle you, they cut away at pieces of your identity and who you really are. Then they just taunt you, all these things, all those times they made you cry and you're wiping away the tears. They were the cause of those tears, those feelings, those pain. So each time you think about this and you romanticize and you remember that, also remember a picture is just a photo. Remember, if you span out from it and you think, gosh, I miss them, remember all the other things involved in that too. Remember what they did. Remember how they made you feel. All those times they said they were sorry, yet they continued to abuse you and they continued to treat you like crap. Those were fake apologies, if they even apologized at all. All those times they cried and said, I'm sorry, please, 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 this time's different. We'll go to counseling, we'll get help, I'll do anything. All of that was fake. And so when you feel like you miss them, zone in and remember how they actually made you feel. What was it that they did that drove you to your breaking point, to the point of no return? Remember how they treated you like dirt on the bottom of their shoe. Remember how they robbed you of your self-esteem. Remember how they made you feel like you were never enough. That's all because they feel like they're never enough inside. Remember that you always probably had thoughts of, I don't deserve this. I'm a good person. I deserve better than this. Narcissists have no or very, very little empathy. They don't feel to the extent that we feel. So, yeah, sometimes there's moments where you're like, gosh, I miss that. But really, tune into what is it that you miss. You miss the love bombing phase. You miss feeling like you're enough. You miss the love, the belonging, the connection, the acceptance. And that's connected to times in your past when you didn't have that. That's what strengthens that trauma bond and made that glue stick even better. So, where do you go from here? When you feel like you miss them, journaling is powerful. Like when you get triggered with that emotion, that feeling comes up within you, almost takes your breath away. Slow down. Take a deep breath. And then tune into how they really made you feel. Yeah, you miss sleeping next to someone at night. But do you miss all those times they came home drunk? All those times they called you names? No, because chances are those were way, way, way more than those really nice nights that you got to like lay your head on their chest at night. To the times where they actually wrapped their arms around you, actually kissed you, and didn't just have sex with you, that they were actually intimate with you, because they don't have that available. So, it's always connected to something different, something deeper within you. And when you feel like you miss them, you miss the love bombing phase, but that wasn't even real. That wasn't them. That was all to hook you in. So remember that, and I hope this helps. You guys, I'm going through this with you. I still get these stupid emails about, oh, I'm here for you. Okay, yeah. No, you never were. You never will be. And that's okay. You go do you. And if you're looking to heal from this, I would love to talk to you about this deeper connection into getting that for yourself. That's the problem, is we got into these relationships because we weren't giving it to ourselves, and we were looking for them, looking for someone or something outside of ourselves to give us the feeling of love, acceptance, connection, and belonging. So when you feel like you miss that, you actually miss that within yourself, and it goes deeper than just that relationship with them. That's what rapid transformational therapy and past trauma healing is all about, and that's really what I feel, my personal belief, is really truly the only way to heal from that. Don't just move on to another relationship. You'll get yourself in trouble even more and at an even deeper level. So if that is where you're at and you're interested, know you're not alone. First of all, there is support, there is healing from this. You can click on my banner and schedule a time to chat with me, and we'll go into what that looks like. And just know, you missed the love bombing phase. Go love bomb yourself. Now that things are opening up again, go get your hair, your nails done. Love bomb yourself. Go get yourself whatever it is that you haven't been able to do for yourself for a while. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. I hope this helps. Thank you, as always, for tuning in, and I love connecting with you all.